Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. I'm glad you stopped by my channel. Now today I'm going to be working with this. You've probably seen me work with it before. This is Spellbinders. What Are You Up To? The clear stamp of the month and the die of the month. I'll be working with that, and it was June of 2023. I need to make a thank you card that I'm going to have for our upcoming vacation, and so I'm going to be working with it. Now I'm not going to, I've already done my stamping and coloring because I'm just, I'm not a colorist. I keep practicing and that's all I can do, and I know it takes a lot of time, so I went ahead and did that off camera. But I'm going to focus on my blending right now and just spend a little time blending. So I've laid out some colors. I've got Prize Ribbon, Broken China. I've also got Stormy Sky and Speckled Egg laying here, but I think I'm going to try to work with these two and bring in my blending brush and just do some blending. Now I did go out and get me some watercolor paper, so I'm going to try and use it and see if my blending is a little bit better since I'm using it. So I'm just going to give it a whirl. I'm going to lay some down here on my my little mat, and so I can just kind of grab it. Actually, now that I've done that, I actually want to use the lighter color first. And I've just inked up my brush. Let me bring in a different one. I've got this one here I think I can use, and it's lighter. So I'm going to try and go with this lighter color first and see what I can get. And then bring the darker and kind of do the edges and stuff. So I'm just going to get some of that, and I'm just going to start doing some blending on this. Now this is the first time I've blended on this. This is that Canson watercolor paper. I don't know, how it'll work. I actually picked it up, and so it may not be good quality or whatever. I did pick it up at Walmart because I saw they had it, and I thought, well, I'll get some and try it. So that's what I did. And it does seem like it's blending pretty smooth. I feel like I'm getting a better blend than what I normally do when I do my blending. So I'm hopeful that maybe this is the ticket for my blending to really make it look pretty smooth, because I think it looks like it's blending very nicely. So I'm trying to get like a watered scene background so that I can have my little under the sea scene or water scene for my card. So that's what I'm doing. And it looks like I'm going to need to bring in some more of that Broken China. And I think that color's okay. So I'm just going to bring some more of that in. So I mentioned in my last video, which is going to upload tomorrow, that we're getting ready to take a little vacation. So I'm trying to get some stuff done, and this card is going to be a thank you card for the vacation that we're going on. So I have, like I said, I have worked with this one before, but just going to try again and see what I can come up with. I'm going to try to add some water to this and see what happens. Now this little ink thing, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. I've just got this bottle here with my water in it, and I'm just going to shoot it. And I know it does a real fine mist. So I'm not sure what'll happen with that. We'll just let it sit for a minute and see what happens. Clean that up a little bit, see if we get some splotchy. I might need to just kind of take the lid off of it and maybe drop some bigger drops on. Well, if that'll work. I thought I could get some bigger drops on that way. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be reacting too much. I'm kind of surprised at that. Should be wet enough to do that. thought I would see a little bit more movement or a little bit more splotchiness on there. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in a paper towel and just kind of blot it dry, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit. We're getting a little bit of reaction. I think I want a little bit more though, so I'm just gonna, and I'm thinking kind of maybe on the, well, that could work if I would do it right. There we go. Some bigger drops. I hear my doors opening and closing, so I'm not sure what's going on out there, but it'll be fine. All right, so I'm just going to blot again. I think that's going to be okay. I've got a little bit of water in there. Okay. All right, well, that's pretty good. I think that's probably a good blend for what I normally get, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do now is I want to use the same embossing folder from that month, which was June of 23, and this is a Splish Splash. So what I'm thinking of doing with my panel now is just running it through the embossing folder and getting some texture along with the water splatters and the embossing. So let's just see how that turns out. Okay, so there we have it. Oh my goodness, that turned out gorgeous. I love it. I really like it. So I'm not sure what size I've got. I think I probably need to cut it down. Let me see. Yeah, I've got 4.5 by 6. So I need to cut it down a little bit, which I'm not extremely excited about because I did all that nice blending around there. I should have cut it down beforehand, but let me just cut it down a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, well, I'm extremely happy with that panel. I will tell you, I think it really turned out nice. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and just start assembling my card. I'm real happy with my little well. I think I did a nice job with him. And so I'll just take like a gray or a blue-gray and go around this. I did this the last time I made this. And then it just kind of helps it to blend into the background of your card. And it helps me because I'm not, my coloring is developing. It's not there yet. And sometimes I get outside the lines. So if I do this, it kind of helps to mask that. When I get outside the lines, then you won't see it. So I like to do that. It does take a minute. So I'll just do it on my well, and then I'll get my other pieces done and we'll get them all laid down, and I think it'll be a cute little card. And see how simple that is, and it just helps it to blend back into your background. So I'll get the other ones outlined and we'll get everything laid down on our card. Okay, so I've got my panel done and I've got all of my little elements kind of colored around with a blue so that it'll fit nicely on my base here. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some foam and maybe pop this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to use some of this foam that I have here and just kind of get it popped up. Grab my scissors. I'm just going to do that so that I'll have some room to stick some things underneath if I want to, and that way I can do some layering, and I think that'll help. So let's just get this positioned and we'll work around it. Hopefully that'll help me to figure out how I want to do it. I'm not sure if I want to kind of put it over to the side like that, and then I'll have some room to put maybe my little crab over here and some other things. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just get my little crab. I like the crab, and I did kind of bring in a pinky orangey or a pinky reddy color to try and blend with the colors that I already had there, because I just felt like my crab needed to be red or pinkish, I guess. I don't know. So, and I felt like he would just be walking along the bottom of the water there. And I think I could probably tuck some flowers in behind here maybe. And I'm going to use some thinner, I'm going to use these thinner foams so that it'll have a little bit of dimension, but it should fit underneath the other because this is a little smaller dimension than the others. So I'm just going to kind of tuck it in. I think that'll look pretty. And then I've got some shells. I wonder if I have room for a shell to be over here. Maybe if I do, I would need to just maybe glue it flat. I'm just trying to say that's not going to work. Okay, well, we'll just see about that later. This one might be able to lay underneath there. Yeah, I might do that. I'm just going to, whoops, get my little. So I'm going to just grab my glue for that. And let's see where it is. Here it is, right here. And I'm going to tuck it in underneath there, because there would certainly be some shells laying on the bottom of the sea there. So we'll just tuck it in so it just kind of peeks out. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this pink flower over here with this. Let it peek up a little bit. And then I'll just take these flowers and kind of poke them around in here like that. And I'll go ahead and add this purple one here as well. I think I'll go over here maybe. And we'll just add that. And that will kind of be our, yeah, I'm going to stick that one there too. I might as well use it all. I colored it all up. I've got it all ready. So I'm just going to lay a little foam square on there and put that in there. Okay, now I'm ready to lay my big guy down. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring in my, I think I'll use this thin one and I can put two lines of it on there. Just get him laid down. I have to be careful. I am like a dangerous crafter. Sometimes I can wound myself in my room. I've cut myself with my Cricut X-Acto knife a couple times pretty badly. So, and I've snipped myself with my scissors more times than I care to admit. So, I have to be careful. Okay, and we'll just pull this off. And I've got to leave room for my sentiment. And this die set, stamp set, actually has some sentiment dies. And I'm going to use this, well, hello there, is how I'm going to do that. And then on the inside, I'll put some kind of a thank you sentiment is how I'm going to do it. And I thought maybe this paper might work all right. I might pull in stamp it in a couple different ones and die cut them out so that I can give it a try and see what color I want to use. So I'll be right back. I'm going to stamp this a couple of times on a couple different sheets of paper and we'll see what looks best. Okay, so I did try a couple different pieces of paper for the color, and it turns out I didn't like them. So I went ahead and ink blended just like I did the panel, and I think I can put that on there and I'll be happy with it. So I am going to pop it up. I'm just going to take and cut a thin strip of this, and hopefully we can use that to pop it up. I'm kind of tempted to maybe add some glossy accents to my well and see if that doesn't make him sparkle. I don't know if it'll ruin it or if I should try it. I don't know. But I think this looks cute. Well, hello there. And it'll make a nice thank you card. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you watching, and if you like it, consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.